Hey guys, welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shanna. If you are new here, we are a homeschooling family of 4. We focus on secular homeschooling and we just like to share. So today we are going to talk about one of those questions, one of those concerns that I get asked like a lot. Learning homeschooling with toddlers in the house. Like how does that happen? How? Guys, before we go any further, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. I always appreciate the love here, and I'm always super happy to share the love. You guys know I am a small business owner. I'm a self-employed work from home homeschool mom, and another one of those is Antoinette over at ReadySetGoLearning. I'm going to be sharing more about her in just a little while, so be sure to stay tuned because, well, she helps answer some of these questions. Guys, if you're not familiar, we have quite an age gap between our kids. Our oldest is 9. She was just over 4 when her baby sister was born. And we have homeschooled since my oldest child turned 5. Like the day she turned 5, that's when we started with our original homeschooling plan. So my youngest daughter has been around homeschooling since she was, 9 months old, maybe? So this is not something that is new. I have a lot of experience homeschooling a child with a toddler. On your hip, in your space, in your face. And some of the things I want to share with you. I want to share with you what my top 5 tips are for homeschooling with toddlers, because it is not an easy thing, which is why I get so many questions about it. It is a hard thing, but I'm going to give you some tips that will absolutely, I'm willing to maybe die on this hill. One of these will help you. I have used them myself. This is why I know these are tried and true and tested. And sometimes your kids, are kind of going through a testy phase where nothing works. So it may be one of those times. And maybe a reset, reapproach is something you could do. But if not, then that's okay. So homeschooling with toddlers. I'm going to jump into this. Okay. Something that I don't know. I feel like maybe a lot of people take an approach that I don't necessarily agree with. And okay, don't kill me here, but let me just get this out. And then I hope that it comes across the way that I intend it to. Toddlers and very much of their frustrations in life comes from the fact that they are old enough and big enough to recognize that they are not old enough and big enough to do the things. That's at least been in my experience. The little one wants to do everything big sister does, but she's not able to do that because she's 4 and some change years younger than sister. But a large amount of toddler frustrations is that they want to do. They want to learn. They want to be involved in. And so I am a huge believer, and I don't know, maybe it's my parenting style. I include my kids in all the things. They've never been too young to go to an art museum. They've never been too young to air travel. I drag them along, I take them to do the things, okay? Because I think that's gonna help everybody in all of life, all the time. They sit in real church when we go to church. They have attended funerals and weddings, and we just take the kids, we do the things, which is the whole premise of our travel channel. Take the kids, do the things. But I am a big advocate for, instead of trying to keep homeschool and toddlerness separate, the path to success is not over or around, it is through. And so what you need to be doing, or should be doing, and what worked for me, was that you bring them along, you take them with you, you teach them as well. Because they are never too early to start learning something, okay? And Daniel Tiger's song, right? Like, everybody's big enough to do something good, or something like that. Yeah, you're welcome. That was a gem right there. That's for you. Merry Christmas. So basically what I am saying is that you should be teaching them if you're homeschooling. I know. I'm sorry guys, don't hit me with the flaming torches. They're never too early. It's never too early. They're never too young, because guess what? They are big enough to learn. Everybody's big enough to learn, okay? So what I am saying, tip number 1, is just give in. Just let them come to homeschool, okay? Let them come, just give in. Give it up thinking that it's gonna be one-on-one time with your older kid. It's just not. I'm so sorry, you had a second kid. That one-on-one time is gotta be a lot more intentional than every homeschool day, okay? So just give in. Now, number 2, which I know I'm gonna get some hate for this one. This whole video is gonna be like a hate video, I think. Number 2 that I'm gonna get some pushback on is that we've included them in our homeschool, right? So we now have given them ownership over something. They are coming to school. They are a school kid, okay? With that comes expectations. So yes, you are at school with us now. You are at the table. You have a place. You have your things. And now I expect you to do the things, okay? So number 2, give them some ownership, but also have expectations from them based on what you've given them ownership over. So whether that is behavior or whatnot, which leads me to number 3. I sound really mean, but I'm not. Everybody I know tells me I'm strict. But number 3 is that we simply do not accept the distractions. So because we have let you into our homeschool, because you are part of our class, you are part of the team, you are part of the family, you will not be a distraction. So what that means is that there is the expectation that you, because you do want to come to school, that's why you're kind of up in our space, that's why you're getting into our things that we're doing, it's because you want to be involved. And so the trade-off from that is that you're going to allow us to continue doing what we need to do for the benefit of your other siblings. And so there is the expectation that you will do what is expected of you. And number 1 on that list is that you will not be a distraction. So how do we actually logistically work that out? Because just telling them they're not going to be a distraction is going to work exactly none of the time. Okay, so that sounds mean, it's true. You know, I try to be really firm on that, but also I have a plan because they're not getting to this conclusion on their own. And that plan is that I have a plan. What is my plan, you may ask? So you have to have a plan. And what that means is that we have a bit of a structure, right? And so what I would normally start to do before getting into anything too deep with sister, have older sister start on something she can start with on her own. Because just like a nighttime routine, it kind of sets the tone. So if older sister is sitting down and working on her own, little sister comes to the table and wants to also be sitting down and working on her own. So start the older one on something they can do themselves, a math worksheet, vocabulary, whatever. Go ahead and get the little one in place and then get her started on whatever her things are. Okay, so have a plan. Part of having a plan is having your resources close by, okay? So you do not want to sit down to homeschool and then find out that your toddler needs something to do and the crowns are in the basement and the paper's in the car and the Legos are on the roof, and instead of actually getting any homeschooling done or any meaningful quiet time out of your toddler, you're actually spent traversing the house and climbing Mount Kilimanjaro to find the supplies. Have the plan, have the resources right there where you can touch them. See, right there, right? It needs to be no further than right there. And it helps you a great deal if your toddler knows where they are. Their toddler can get them themselves, okay? Because that's a whole other thing in fostering that kind of responsibility and the expectations that are gonna go along with homeschooling is getting your stuff together and getting to the table. Okay, so my number 5 tip, and this is gonna be the one that might just save you on those days when none of the rest of this works, because I'm so sorry and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but some days it's just not gonna work. But for the most part, these tips will help you. So number 5 is that some of the homeschool stuff needs to be exclusively homeschool. So if you give your toddler things during school time that are available all the time, guess what? They're boring, they're not fun. What you need to do is reserve like 4 or 5 things that are strictly school things. And I don't care if they are, you know, not even technically school things. Like you have a bucket of blocks. And I actually did this with my little one. So here's pro tip here. We had Duplos. And so what I would do is I would take like a 6-peg Duplo, and a 4-peg Duplo. So the 6-peg Duplo, I used just like the adhesive shipping labels and a Sharpie. And I would write the uppercase letter on the big one and the lowercase letter on the little one, just on those shipping labels, and I could peel them off, totally good, a little bit of alcohol, no residue, good stuff. And then she would match them together or match them in alphabetical order. So does she have access to Duplos all the time? Yes. These Duplos were school Duplos. Totally different. It's totally different. So I'm gonna tell you that creating the air of exclusivity means that they will be interested in that. If they know for a fact they only get to play with those Duplos 20 minutes, 4 days a week, man, those are the special Duplos, and they're gonna want them all the time. So when they are willing to come to the table, when they are willing to sit, when they are willing to take ownership over not being a distraction and want to be included in their schoolwork, they get the special Duplos. It's a thing. Also, if you guys have been here for any amount of time or know me personally, I am a shameless briber. Shameless. You want a snack? Snack time's at the school table. You look at these shiny dollar store stickers. Sticker for you, sticker for you. Get a sticker chart. Work up, just like a potty chart, man. Work up to like you get a special stuffed animal. All rules from homeschooling with toddlers. Like you gotta get crafty, man. You gotta be ready to jump on whatever is gonna work. And some of these are unconventional, and that's okay. Now, one of the things that will absolutely help you, again, Antoinette over at ReadySetGoLearning, she specializes. She is a mama. She is somebody who understands the struggle of just trying to mentally wrap your brain around homeschooling with a toddler and the things that need to be known by preschoolers and getting in that sneaky learning, stuffing it in like vegetables. And she has created some amazing and wonderful things. I'm gonna insert some screen grab right here of her Etsy shop. If you head over there, guys, she has kits, she has things that are already ready to do for sensory bin approaches, activity kits for preschoolers to foster learning, but in the fun style where they don't actually know they're doing it. So if you need something to keep those hands busy, something that is exclusive, something that is special for homeschool time to help you get through those things with those toddlers, by all means, go check out her shop. And for those of you who have stayed through to the end, guess what? She got a sale. Sales are the best. So for Black Friday and Cyber Monday, that entire weekend, from Black Friday to Cyber Monday, her entire shop is gonna be 10% off, which is kind of a big deal being that everything's pretty gished and affordable in her shop. So think it through, maybe get through some of those Christmas purchases, and just consider it. If nothing else, go on over to her Instagram and show her some love because she's awesome. She's supported me from the start, and I am so happy to be able to return the favor to other small business mamas because, well, this life is not easy, but it's definitely worth it. Guys, I hope that you found any of this helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you did, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, guys, hit me up. You need any more tips, tricks? Do you have any tips or tricks? Because I can always use the love too, guys. Find me over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. If not, down in the comments below. I do my best to answer them all.